Hi guys, and welcome back to Kingdom Impact. My name is Erin and this video is going to be about planning for the New Year's. So if I were you, I'll get myself a nice little drink, a nice little cup of tea, sit down, relax, have some snacks, and let's get it cracking. When the new year comes, we tend to want to plan and have some New Year's resolutions, but more time these New Year's resolutions don't succeed. Why don't they succeed? Because we don't write them down and we don't have a definite end goal. Therefore, we tend to slack on them and plan and write them down. So when you write them down and you have visuals of them and you can see them quite often and you see the words quite often, you're more likely to accomplish that goal. There's definitely a time to sow and there's a time to harvest as well. As it says in the Bible, there is a time for everything, and around this time it's a time that you sow, the time that you actually put in work and write down your dreams. Think about what you want to accomplish by the end of the year or by the half year, by the end of the month, etc. And that way, by the end of your presumed goal, you will have actual outcomes that you can see. You will have accomplished what you actually wanted to accomplish. So how do I do mine? And this is more for my planning, as in my dreams, what I want to accomplish by the end of the year, accomplish by the end of the month, and my long-term dreams as well. So what I do is I write down my end goal and I write down what I want to accomplish every month, every week, and etc. And I write them down not in great detail, but I write them down generically, in general, sorry. And then afterwards I go in a bit more detail and make it a bit more colorful so that my eyes draw to that particular goal that I have set myself. So this year obviously I did it a bit different, and I'll show you that as well. So obviously I started off by making an index. So in that index, it isn't great or something, I'm not the most creative person in the world, but obviously I started off with the index and I have 3 headings, and in those 3 headings I have my year plan and practical steps, monthly overview, and a wish list. So in that year plan I write down what I want to accomplish that full year, but then as you can see at the bottom I leave myself a bit more space so I can either add some more or make some amendments to the goals that I already have. So one of the goals that I have is physical improvement, and in that physical improvement I have I've written down practical steps into achieving my physical improvement. In that I have written gym 3 times a week, protein shake twice a day. So every day when I open this I can see that this is what I want. So by doing that I will be reading it all the time, I will be seeing it every day because I open it every day. This doesn't mean that when you write it down that you just leave it to be somewhere on a pedestal and you just look at the book. No, you need to see the words as well. You need to be able to read it to yourself daily. So when I do that, and I've left myself a bit of space at the bottom to either add more plans for the year, because at the beginning of the year you always have a few plans that you want, but by June you might have different plans that you want to add to them and they want to add to your year plan, and then you have space to plan to write them down as well. So what I then do is I write down what I want in the month, and as you can see I don't write down a list of things that I want to do in that month. I write a maximum 3 things, and in those 3 things I suggest that you do that as well, that every month you put down the maximum of 3 things that you need to accomplish, and that way when you accomplish one thing, for example you have put down that you want to go to the gym for that month every day. So in that month if you go every day you have accomplished one of your goals. That way by the time you have accomplished one of your goals and are going to accomplish the next goal, you're more motivated to actually accomplish that goal, mainly because you've already accomplished one goal, so therefore the next one you feel more motivated to do so. So that's one reason I do that as well. Then I have a monthly overview, and in that monthly overview I don't write anything, but it gives me, I just circle the day by I am meant to accomplish my goal, and that way by the time I keep on opening it and keep on looking at that monthly overview, I know how many months, weeks, days I have left to actually accomplish that goal. And whenever you make a plan, God is always in control, and you do need to understand that if something goes wrong in that plan, it doesn't mean that the plan is going to crumble. It just means that you need to allow God to actually intervene in that plan. And sometimes we only see a small bit of the plans that we have. You only see a small picture, and God has such a great picture for us that by the time that we ourselves see the end result and see like, wow, this is not even what I had in mind, by the time that we have gone to that place, we know that we let God walk with us. So if something isn't going as planned, don't hold too dear to that plan that by the time you look down, that it's crumbled in your hands. It's like baking a cake. When you bake a cake, when it's warm, you're not meant to cut into it. You just leave it there, let it cool down, and then you proceed to cutting it and sharing it around. When you cut the cake, whilst it's still hot, it crumbles in your hand, and as you're trying to fix it and make it more suitable to how you want it to look, it crumbles more. That's the same way God works, and that's the same way we work as well with plans and stuff. Like when a plan is being followed through and something isn't as you wanted it to be, just leave it to be. Just let it be there and let God intervene. It doesn't mean that forget about that plan and do something else. However, do you follow through, and do you keep praying, keep walking in that faith? Because although we have plans for ourselves, God has plans for us as well, and God already knew what we were going to be doing before we were born. So He never has an ill thought about us, and He never does anything to harm us or to make us not succeed. Everything He does for us is for us, and it's from the bottom of His heart, obviously. As He said as well in Joshua as well as in Genesis, He said to both of them that whatever you lay your eyes on, and wherever you might go, He will give it to you. His word also says, seek and I will be given unto you. So if you seek and it is given unto you, and wherever you go, you shall gain what you put your eyes onto. Whatever we put our minds to, that's what's going to be fulfilled in our lives. And we need to be able to let God influence our dreams. I'm the type of person that when I make a plan, this is the plan that I want. Like, nobody is allowed to even give input in that plan, and nobody is even allowed to tell me like, oh no, maybe do it this way. No, this is how I wanted it to do it. So sometimes when somebody this is what I'm learning now, that when sometimes something is not going as planned, I shouldn't be throwing away the plan, but still work towards it and let God, pray about it, and let other people be a blessing unto me as much as I want to be a blessing unto other people. Because sometimes the fact that you want to be a blessing to somebody else, it means that somebody else needs to be a blessing to you before you can be a blessing to somebody else. Somebody else is weighing on the other side of your obedience, and you need to allow people to help you, allow God to help you, and just allow it. Yeah, so also as you're planning as well, and as you're writing down your plans, and as you're making your vision boards for the year, make sure you write down what you're willing to commit to. If you're not willing to commit to what you're writing down, don't write it down. Otherwise, by the end of the year, you're gonna look at this plan, even think to yourself, did I even really want this? And by the end of the year, you will see that this plan didn't even succeed, mainly because you didn't want to commit to it. So therefore you didn't put any energy in it, and because you didn't put any energy in it, it's not going to work. You don't have an end result because you didn't put any effort, work, energy or anything in it. So yeah, that's all I have to say really. So if you like this video, I hope you really did like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment and share it as well for me, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.